3 golden rules that every property investor needs to know, whether you're just starting out or you have an established portfolio. Every property investor needs to know these 3 things. Hi, my name is Radhika. I'm a property investor focusing on HMOs and now moving on to buy-to-let. If you aren't already subscribed, then hit that subscribe button as I share free content with you every Tuesdays and every Fridays. So the first rule is planning to have a strategy which includes a criteria. You've heard the phrase, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, and that's literally it in a property to a T, because you need to have some clarity and direction of what you are specifically looking for, where to look for, and having a specific criteria, because property investment is not about emotion. Let me say that again, it is not about emotion. Please don't get emotionally attached to a vendor, please don't get emotionally attached to a property because you like the look of it and what you can do with it. It has to fit in with the numbers and it needs to be an investment, not an emotional investment. And therefore, property investors know that it may take time to negotiate a really good deal, not just being desperate to find any old property and just getting it and sticking a post on Instagram. So let me say that it does take time to negotiate and finding really good deals. If you can get really good at finding deals and sorting out your marketing and things like that, then they will come. It just takes a little bit of time before you do get started and get in that momentum phase. Also, when you know when to walk away from a deal. So a little story, we were going through a property, it needed to go through planning got denied, we tried planning again, it got denied, tried planning again, and we finally got something approved. And then fast forward, I think this took about 2 years. Fast forward 2 years, we actually ended up walking away from the deal because there was some hesitations from the vendor and it just took ages, and he knew exactly what we were doing and just wasn't being too friendly about it. So we ended up walking away before putting any more money into it, and that was a conscious decision. We had to put in money for the planning because we knew what the reward's going to be, but we just had to walk away from it. And also this actually ties into the emotions because we knew exactly what the property numbers would be, we knew exactly what the end finish was going to be. However, we had to walk away even if it stacked up, just because of all of the hassle and everything else that went with it and just the time that it took. So yeah, just don't be emotionally invested. If something is not going right, sometimes it's better to walk away than be emotionally attached to it. Rule number 2, as you all know, I love to outsource and find really good teams, is every property investor has a really good team behind them and they know how to hire the best people. I first established what I was good at and what I needed in a property business to make it successful, and I went out and find those people, whether it was through recommendations, partnerships, through property sources and their external teams. It's all about your network in this. So finding really good teams and then having specialists in your team like a broker, an accountant, a lawyer, using their expertise, and just know when to not work with someone. You know, you can't really judge it from the first character, but as soon as you start working with them, you've just got to find the best people for your team and who are going to help you succeed and reach your goals. And it's not always about the price in this, because you want to pay for the best quality no matter what the price is. I'm not saying pay ridiculous amounts, but we've all heard the phrase, if you pay cheap, you pay twice. So just be careful of who you're working with and don't just always go for the cheapest options, always look for recommendations. In the long run, working with specialists in specific areas will help save you a lot of money, and it will help you save a lot of time as well, and going through specific things when you have zero understanding. If someone came up to me and started saying, can you do my bookkeeping, I would just be like, what? No thanks, I just have no clue in that. I'm not specialised in that, I don't know anything about it, so go and speak to a specialist. The third rule is just knowing where your property business is going and reevaluating what you were specifically doing. So we made the decision of where we fell through with deals, where we constantly review what's going on in our business, and we actually made the conscious decision not to go for another HMO and just to go for a buy-to-let at the moment. So we're constantly reevaluating, we're constantly looking at new deals and ways that we can maximize our property business and what we can do with our time as well. Every property investor will reevaluate and look for new things and new strategies to help them build their business. I hope this video helps. Please leave any comments or questions in the comment section. If you did find this video of value, please hit the like button so more people see it, and make sure that they're aware of all of these rules that are happening so they don't make any mistakes. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll catch you on Friday for my top tips.